Welcome back. To survey or not survey? That's the question today. In a prior blog, I talked about the importance of a briefing book to establish a common foundation of knowledge. I'm reminded of a discussion that I had with my first consulting boss 20 years ago. I came to him with a great idea, and he asked me, "Well, where's your data?" And I said, "Bart, I don't have any data, but I just think this is a good idea." And he said something to me 20 years ago that I remember to this day. And he said, "Michael, in the absence of data, my opinion's better than your opinion." And I have found that informs a lot of the workshop planning that I do. Today what I'd like to do is dive into that a little deeper and talk about what you might want to think about as you are considering using surveys as part of that briefing book. I will tell you that I think they can be a very powerful tool to bring external data to the discussion so that those with the loudest voice don't dominate the discussion. But there are three things that you're going to want to think about as you consider creating a survey. The first question you're going to want to ask is, whose input is most important to the discussion at hand? Usually this will be the stakeholders who are most affected by the decisions being made. The second point I want you to consider is, what are the specific questions that will most specifically inform the discussion at hand? A carefully constructed survey will make sure that the input is really on point for the topic. And then the third thing I want you to consider is, how can you format the responses in a way that are most usable to the room? I personally made the mistake of putting a survey out to 200 responders in a way that had a bunch of open-ended questions. And this essentially became unworkable, as we had 10 or 15 pages of verbatim responses. So as you think about how many people will be responding to your survey, you can be much more intentional about identifying if you want to have quantitative versus qualitative input. Thinking it through in that way can ensure that the information that you provide to your participants is on point and focused to the discussion at hand. Thank you.